Right, so you passed away. Ready to start? Okay. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Purcell. Here. Crawford.
Here.
Mortimer.
Here.
Ranieri.
Here.
Bozeman.
Here.
Sacks.
Here.
Citizen participation.
Agenda approval.
Oh, sorry, agenda approval.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Citizen participation.
I have been using the new website, and I want to say to one and all that it is excellent. I understand there's still some building left to be done on it, and there will be more of these before long, but it is really great. And David, I believe you're to be thanked for that, so thank you very much.
Jessica had a lot to do with it as well.
I'll thank her too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, David. And Jessica. Anybody else? Amy?
I'm here on behalf of the soccer program. We are wanting to get approval to have a mini split put in up in the concession stand. We had a bid from Keating's, or from Durban's Heating and Cooling. They would be the ones installing it. They are willing to donate some time on their part. We got the quote. We don't ask the city to pay for anything at all. We just want the permission to put it in. There's a unit already there. Copper's been stolen out of it. We can haul it off, whatever we need to do. Our season starts on August 12th or the 11th. We start practices that week. So we're kind of in a time crunch when Jurgens can get it put in and so on. So basically we're just asking for permission to put it in. We're not asking anything else from the city basically.
And you realize once it's installed, it belongs to the city?
That's fine.
Okay.
Do we have a city employee there to see if any maintenance needs to be done?
Mike will make sure that happens.
We'll be working on that. Jurgens himself.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jerry.
What kind of unit are you putting in, like that? Are you doing a mini
It's just
split?
a mini split, you know,
Oh,
like
mini
right
split.
above our cooler to, so that we don't have to pay maintenance to have our coolers cleaned every year because they're being overworked. And so basically we're having to pay $400 and $500 every season to have somebody come out and fix those just to keep them cool.
So that's gonna be on the bathroom wall, correct?
Yeah, inside the concession. But it actually just goes up. It doesn't, nothing hooks actually in. I mean, it'll be like hanging a picture.
Right.
I mean,
get
it's
that.
not, there's like a little condensation line that'll run out. The electric's already all there, come up and he's low.
Where will the head unit be and where will the compressor unit be?
I would say that they're putting the compressor, or I don't know what the difference is, but whatever, they're putting the same spot outside. We're actually gonna build a cage or something over it though, like
So
a,
they can't steal?
yes, with a lock on it or whatever needs to be done. And then, the other thing will be installed on the wall, just.
You got it.
Motion.
You
Yeah,
will help.
I'll coordinate with you. We'll get it taken care of.
Emily, do we need to do anything for them to say that they realize that we own it? But I think their contract
I
already says.
think you've already acknowledged that on the minutes, on the record, as long as that reflects that you noted that and she acknowledged that.
It is addressed in the contract.
It is.
We have a first, second motion, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
You guys? Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For the record, my name is Ned Edson, 505 Kidwell Drive here in Kidwell. Not long ago, Mr. Mayor, you requested that I use my old to ask questions that I have like to have an answer for. I got a hold of Mr. Ranieri, never heard anything back.
Okay.
So that question was, are we required, does the city require an accounting degree for the comptroller? I'd like to answer for that.
No, it does not.
It does not? Well, that's interesting. We employ several different things here in town. I mean, our city attorney has to have a law degree. Our police department, they all have to be both certified, and that's per ordinance. There's lots of degrees, and yet you're telling me that the one person that we entrust millions of dollars with, we don't require an accounting degree. Now, I would hope that sometime in the near future that would be addressed and fixed. I mean, we get ourselves in financial peril, and then we all look surprised. I don't understand. I mean, we're talking about a person here that couldn't tell me how much money we had in a Parks and Rec fund at any given time.
I don't know what you're talking about there. There are ordinances in place and there are job descriptions in place somewhat. The city has kind of run like this for a long, long time. When she was hired, she was brought before the alderman. The alderman had the power to hire people. And that was not, I think, only 2 people on this board at that time, probably Jeff, and maybe Joyce. Joyce, were you here? So only 1 person was on the board. Did it go through the proper process to be, were you there at that time, Rick? No. So,
I'm
did it
sure
go
it
through
went
the
through
proper
proper
process
process.
to get Jennifer hired? Is that right?
Debbie and Dave took care of all the interviewing.
Okay, and it made it to the board and she was voted on, correct? And she was hired, and you were part of that process. Okay.
But I'm sure that the process in place was followed, but I don't understand why you would not want an accounting degree for something so important as taking care of that kind of money.
Well, it's not my call.
Well, it should be at this point. I'm hoping that this is brought up in the future and discussed, and perhaps making a different decision on that. It's ridiculous.
I can't tell you that that's gonna happen.
No, you can't. No, not at all.
I just want to say that this interviewing process has been a bunch of crap for a long time. Interviews should be conducted by the entire board, not just 2 people.
Okay. How long have you been on the council?
I have made this argument several times, but when you're the lone duck,
Well,
don't go anywhere.
then it needs to be brought before the council again. We need to have a salary committee. We need to have, there are a lot of jobs in this city for the beginning of time that do not have job descriptions. In fact, as you are aware, our ordinances were outdated. Are you aware of that? There's ordinances that are outdated. There are contracts that are not in place, that were not written in place. They were using applications to hire people, and that was their job descriptions, the application. What can I fix in 3 months, Dan? How much can I fix in 3 months? With the help of you all.
I'm not expecting you to snap your fingers, Mr. Mayor, and fix things. What I am asking is that you give it due diligence and look into it, and perhaps make a different decision on something like that.
Well, right now, we're trying to get our audits that have not been done since 2022, they were outdated. Now 2023, 24, and 25. 25 is behind. We'll discuss that tonight at no of our own. We're doing what we can with what we have.
I get it. I'm sure.
If I remember correctly, Kevin could probably tell you, Jeff could probably tell you, how long did they look for a person? I think we had a person that was filling in, and it went unfilled for quite a while, and they finally went out and found somebody to fill the position because they did not. If I remember correctly, Jeff, I think you told me it went for like a year or something like that without somebody to fill it. They could not find anybody to fill it. Yeah. They sought out the most qualified person they can at the time.
That's sad.
Again, that's because we don't pay worth the crap.
Really?
Well, I would think 60 plus a year is not worth the crap.
If you got an accounting degree, you're going to demand more than that, Dan.
Perhaps we should. Moving on, because I'm almost positive I'm just about out of time. The other thing that I wanted to address here, I see here that you're going to, the executive session minutes, June 16th. Was that not the executive session that I was brought up in? You don't have to get into specifics. I specifically waited for that executive session for that result to come out. And I believe that our city attorney told us that you had all voted to keep that quiet. So my question is that the same one?
Not all of us.
Oh, okay.
Or, were you here for that vote?
No.
Moving on. I see that you're gonna ask for these executive session minutes to be approved. That particular executive session.
Yes.
Did you ever approve the executive session that involved me?
Nope.
Nope.
That's hilarious.
That's illegal.
You're going to approve an executive session minute that involved me to begin with. It didn't involve me.
That was not under my mayorship. That is totally under another administration, had nothing to do with me. I do not approve those minutes.
Yet, it was voted that we were gonna keep that silent.
Yeah, because it was an executive session. Whether the minutes were, it doesn't change.
The
fact
original
that it
was an
happened.
illegal executive session, was it not?
I'm sorry?
The original that involved me to begin with, that involved the then Mayor Kevin Copeland, was an illegal executive session, was it or not?
According to our legal advisor, it was legal what happened. So
What happened, what legal?
the processes that were taken in place were legal.
You better call the ethics commission.
Okay, get that involved.
That's,
Thank you for your time.
Well, we had an executive session to cover that, Jim, so.
I called the ethics commission and got a totally different answer.
Okay. So is it, yep, come on up, Al. No. Hey, Al, we actually have a place for you, if you or you can go ahead, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm Alan Tate, and I'm helping out through 66 stuff, and we got several things going on. This is the first thing that's kind of actually produced. This is a sign that's going to go at the four-way. This sign would be on the Eva Cuba corner, and there's a similar sign with opposite directions that goes on the Wallace Oil Company headquarters corner. And what I'm here for is to see if we can get a city employee who knows how to install a sign properly to install it for us. We've already called Dig Right and all that's done, and so it's just a little.
Alan, you take care of that when it's time. Put the signs up.
What do they want?
Yeah. It's just kind of a cutesy little thing. Because if you're coming from the highway, you don't know what ZZ is or 66 is not. The state won't put up any sign to tell you that. So this is just a little thing to let people know that turn right, turn left, turn 66, and they like those mileage things down the
I
bottom.
know, be on the Wallace Oil
This is the one that goes on the Beaver Cuba corner.
Okay.
The Wallace Oil one would say west and east back.
That'll be on
side.
southbound
Nobody
Lane
on both
19.
sides.
Southbound Lane 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we do have more signs coming now. One direct people to the museum. And I understand this, the old city hall where that building was is going to be an information center. So we'll probably get a sign coming for that. And then we got other things going on too. But this is the first thing that we need help with.
Thank you, Alan.
For that.
For the sign to be placed though, would that be city or state property? Would that be city or state property?
It's not state property. They won't let us put signs on state property.
Okay, so it's gonna be not on the street, but up.
Yeah, it'll be,
Kind of like what the
so the
park's
state
at.
owns the sidewalk.
Right.
And they were about 3 feet off the sidewalk. And they've got a sign, actually, there's an irrigation line right there.
Okay.
So they've got a sign on, actually, the Cuba side of that irrigation line.
Okay.
And it's gonna be similar to where that sign is.
Okay.
It's about 5-6 feet off the sidewalk.
When those come in, Alan, or get with our street
Okay,
supervisor
yeah.
and let them know what you want to do.
Yeah.
I do have one question.
Yep.
And I know, I got the answer. But with the Viva Cuba garden, there's not supposed to be any signs. Has that already been all taken care
Yeah, the ladies, they're all behind it and so on.
of? I didn't know that. Get with us and we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
As far as posts, do you want us to provide posts, or do you have posts?
Well, if you've got posts, I mean, professional posts, you know what I mean, that's what it needs to be, like the ones with like the green one, they don't like the green one.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yeah.
Square one you talked about,
Yeah,
with all the holes.
Yeah, so, the standard stainless,
yeah.
okay, got it.
Hey, Alan, can you show everybody out there that?
Yeah, sure. So,
Let the newspaper, if they want to take a picture of it.
there'll be, several other signs around town, promoting Route 66, over the next, couple of months.
I make a motion, we approve.
Second. That's part of the tourism.
I don't see a motion for that.
I don't think a motion's required.
And, we've got, donations to pay for all this, so, you know, it hadn't cost us anything, so.
Thank you, Alan.
Anyway.
Thank you for doing
Thanks,
that.
guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Al.
Okay. Any more citizen participation? Okay. Bills to be paid? Oh, sorry, hold on. Regular meeting minutes of June 16th, 2026. Motion.
Second.
All's in favor? Aye. Opposed? Executive session meeting minutes of June 16th, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
You weren't at the meeting, were you? You have to abstain.
You're saying?
You have to abstain.
Well, I hope.
Special meeting minutes of June 23rd, 2026.
Motion.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, bills to be paid.
Make a motion to pay it presented.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. David, you're up. Website update? Jackie beat you to the punch.
Yeah. Almost a week ago, last Wednesday, July 1st, the new website officially went live. The old one, the only thing that stayed live on it is the payment page. So when you're on our new website, click on the payment to go pay your bills. It actually takes you to the old website. It's just those two pages, or that's all it's at. It had to be like that for our billing system and the software we use for it and everything. So everything didn't go as smoothly as I was hoping. You know, last Wednesday, it's supposed to be a 2-hour process, turned into 5 hours of messaging and calling and everything else to finally get it going. We finally got it going and it's up and running. We did apply for the .gov domain, so we're no longer .com, it is cityofcubamo.gov. A little more official and professional. So we switched to .gov, and it is supposed to be fully ADA compliant. And if there's something that's not ADA compliant, if somebody finds it and bring it to our attention, we'll make the effort to correct that and get it ADA compliant. But it should be pretty close to, should be there as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I think it's, she alluded to how it looks and it's easier to use. It's definitely more user friendly to find the information you need. Jessica and I are working hard on it to keep it up to date. And I do ask that if you have any events, maybe I'm not here in a meeting and don't hear about it, or pool nights, team nights at the pool, or movie nights, or whatever's going on, like 100 Acre Wood Rally, any kind of events you guys want on there, please let Jessica or I know, and we'll make sure and update the community calendar that's on there, because there's a calendar feature that's really cool. You can see what's going up. We got the fair on there, public notices, stuff like that. So, really cool website. I hope you guys go check it out and just let us know what you think. There's an on under pool feature on there. On any page on the website, there's a contact us button. You can go there and hit that, and you can fill out the form with your information, your phone number, what your issue is, and you can actually select to email a department supervisor, the web administrator, utility clerk, or whatever kind of issue you may have. It will send an email directly to them with your message. So it's a good way to kind of skip the middleman and just get your message right to the person that needs to hear it. So that's so we'll be.
So my question is, you said there's an events page on there, and we want to add events. Should that be merged together with like the Chamber of Commerce then?
There is, up in the services section, in the headers, there is a link, I think, to the Chamber of Commerce page. I know we got one of the tourism boards, the fire department, we can link to every other page as well. I don't remember if we got Chamber of Commerce on there, we can probably add that to it. It'll take you to the Chamber of Commerce website, that way you can check them out. But I know like our Facebook page, we post pool nights, parties and this and that going on. That'd be kind of cool to have in our city calendar as well, that's on those sites. We work hard on making that a good feature for people to just go on there and be able to find any event they want to find out that's happening here in Cuba. Any questions? I mean, that's where we're at now. Community, you guys, I'd like for you guys to go check it out. And again, let us know if you find any issues or anything wrong with it, or you have any suggestions.
Contact us.
Thank you, Jude.
Yep.
That's it. All I have for that. Anybody have any questions? No.
But he's on the next one too.
He's on the next one. All right. David, treatment plant operator salary increase discussion and approval.
Will we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. David has got one of the best treatment plant licenses in the state of Missouri. And we've always, when something like this happens, and you get a license, you've got extra pay. Dave studied hard, diligently, night after night, and went up and got this. We've got one now that can run this treatment plant forever. It's not like a but Dave, what is it, top license number? 3?
Just an A line. It's called an A license.
So he talked to I was on the treatment plant committee, he talked to the former mayor, and we said, yes, once you get this in, you will get a sort of a raise, because we've given everybody a raise to get these licenses. Well, Dave got the top license. He asked for it at a time, he wanted 7%. There was all this turmoil with no money came up, we don't have this 7. So, there's now turn back to the mayor, you got this background for why we said this.
On March 17th, 2026, I validated the dates. March 17th, 2026, it was second addressed April the 9th, 2026, in hopes that our finances would look better. Of course, we're doing the freezes and everything, but there was promises made to David, and I feel like on the integrity side, whenever you talk to somebody, whether it's the previous mayor, whether it's Ray or whoever, when you were told that if you go and get this and you do your due diligence, we will reward you for that. We need to find the money to make it happen, because that's an integrity thing and it's a promise that was made to him. We came to an agreement that we would he would go up one step, which is not 7%. So we sat down and talked with him, said, David, what do you feel like's fair? And he agreed that he would take the step 26, I think it is. Was that right, Jennifer?
That's what we put in the budget that you all.
Yeah. And so that was what was put into the budget. It was discussed for months before the new budget came out in July 1. The timing for the council meetings just wasn't there. So my recommendation is that we move David Minardi to the step 26 for the treatment plant.
He can't make a recommendation. You can't make a recommendation.
Well, I can't make the recommendation, but
I'll make a motion.
I got a question. Is there anybody else over there with the Class A? You're the
To
only
my
one.
knowledge, there's never been any with Class A for water or wastewater or anything. As far as I know.
And he did it on his own, nobody asked
That's
him.
right. I
He
make
took
the
the
motion.
initiative.
okay, you got to say the motion, right?
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, you have to verbalize it. You have to say
I
it.
seconded it.
Okay.
Are we motioning to move David Minardi to
Yeah.
step 26?
Yeah. This step.
Okay, you got your first and your second. Roll call.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Discussion. So this is budgeted then, correct?
With the new budget, yes.
With the new budgets, okay.
My next question, when we find the money will he be moved up to his 7%?
We had an agreement that he would stay at the 26, that's what he.
Okay.
Yeah, he's taking it 26, yeah, it says it's 7%.
Oh, okay. I just figured that might have been a Band-Aid.
The level 25 is what it currently is, and maybe level 26.
Roll call vote. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Marcel?
Yes. Crawford?
Yes.
Wainwright?
Yes.
Ranieri?
Yes.
Rosen?
Yes.
Bell?
Yes.
Okay, employee hiring freeze, policy discussion and approval. Here.
So we met with the supervisors and went over, minimum hiring staff. And we're asking for council, I don't have all of those numbers in front of me.
I'm sorry?
I don't have all those numbers in front of me, I thought this was a notepad, but it's not, it has those numbers, I apologize, so. Trying to recall from memory, police will go to a minimum of 12 employees, streets will be a minimum of 4, grounds will still stay at their 1 full-time, 1 part-time, summer only, electric will stay at 4 employees, waterworks will stay at their current staff, natural gas was discussed at 2 unless they're in construction and will remain at 3. We feel that if we're not in construction, doing construction projects, that there's potential for them to maybe move down to 2 employees.
Well, it's construction and training.
Construction and training, correct. Property management, 1, court, same staff, admin, same staff, animal control will be 3 part-time. Who am I missing? Public Works will stay at their minimum staff right now. I don't think we're dropping anybody else.
Street has 5.
Street will be a minimum of 4.
In other words, if they lose one, then they will drop to 4 during the hiring freeze, if they should lose one person.
And this was taken up with the supervisors of each department as well. They are already aware of it and maybe not necessarily agreed to, but are aware of the situation.
Everybody was in the meeting, and there was also, which aldermen were here? I think Ray, Russ, and George.
What department are we missing?
Grounds?
Grounds was 1 full-time, 1 part-time, summer only.
Water treatment was 1.
Waterworks, will stay, they're at their minimum staff, so they will remain at their current staff as minimum. So that's waterworks is they're 2, water's 2, sewer's 2, pre-treatment and treatment is 1 each, so that's their current staff is minimum. Electric is 4, natural gas we discussed. The shop will be 1 minimum there, which that's current staff. Court was their current staff, which is prosecutor and judge, 1 full-time court clerk, 1 part-time court clerk.
So if a department falls below their minimum staffing, then that opens the freeze to allow
for a hiring.
to come back up to minimum.
Yes, to come back up to minimum.
And you gotta remember that a freeze is, the reason, and I've explained that to all the supervisors too, a freeze is just to see if we can, it's a 6-month freeze. In other words, it has to be looked at again in 6 months. It's what we're doing right now, and I'll give you a background on it. We've been saying for a while now that when our transfers happen at the end of the year, it's going to be worse than what we thought, just based on what was lost between April and March. And then when our first quarter, finished up through June, as of today, our general fund was short 2.1? Was short 2.1, and that's what funds our manpower. They're literally, and when we're not done yet, when all the transfers are done and we see where we're at, we may be back down. We've consistently gone about 1.5, 1.8 forever, and all the the spending and all the stuff from before is starting to roll downhill. It is finally accumulated, and we will be in the red right as of today, about 2.1.
You said that was before transfers?
No,
Yes.
we're doing they're doing the transfers as we speak. And at this point right now, I think I told everybody back in April that the numbers that I was looking at, we're normally around 1.5 to 1.8, and from what I could see, we were gonna be worse, and as of today, it's 2.1. The actions that have been taken for a number of years is coming to fruition. A lot of people ask, how did we get here? We have not had a rate increase in electric, from what I can tell. I've asked around and I've asked everybody. We have not had a rate increase on electric since 2009. The natural gas, the electric and stuff like that, the rate increases were not happening since 2014. We're now doing incremental. And we're having to do small incrementals. We're talking 10 cents here, 7% here, because they haven't been done since 2009, 2014. The city just decided we're not going to pass our charges on. Well, when you do that, eventually it catches up to you, and you can't overcome it by just saying, okay, say we're at $1.39 for a cubic foot for our natural gas, and everybody else is selling theirs for $1.89. We would cripple anybody on Social Security or anybody that's on a fixed income or on welfare, because if we went to $1.89, they could not afford their gas bill that month, the first month that it hit. So we're having to do all of our raises incrementally. So that means that this year we do a very small one. Next year maybe we'll do a small one, and eventually we'll get caught up. The side effect of that is, since we're not doing one big one at the time, we can't see all the benefits of what we haven't been doing for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We can't see all that gain at one time. We would hurt the people that need it the most. So we're having to do small incrementals. Our 2025 audit, that 2025, we'll talk about this in a little bit. We're looking like they had some computer problems and they had to call out some software people. Our auditor did. It's no fault of their own. They had told us they would try to have them done by June 30th. Right now, they're saying probably another 2 weeks if everything goes well. They got their computer problems fixed. Excuse me. So we should have those in about 2 weeks' time frame. Those 2025 budgets ride everything that we can do in the future, such as the rate increases that have not happened for electric since 2009. We're looking at small incremental raises on that. We got to do them, because when our providers are charging us, raising rates, and we're not passing that on, eventually they become here, and we can't survive off of that. We do not.
So my question is, who within the city, without the city, whatever, should have seen these rate increases from our supplier and not addressing the alderman saying, listen, our rates are going up. We have to buy it for more money. What are we going to do?
Lou, I've always been the person that we look forward, we don't look back, because it's obviously at this tape. We as aldermen have to make decisions sometimes that a bill comes in, just like in January we had the big bill that hit us from our providers for our natural gas and our electric. And we had made it, I feel like we made the right call, but we had to make a call that we had to pass that on, but we did the right thing. We divided it, what, Jeff, over 3 months, I think, if I remember correctly, Jennifer, and try to make it easy for the people that actually have to reimburse us for this. Those are the kind of decisions that you make. They're tough ones because you don't want to do them, but if you don't do them, where's the money going to come from? We can't keep being everything for everybody. That obviously has not worked for us for a long, long time.
Well, Mr. Mayor, the thing I'm pointing out though is, as aldermen, we have to be aware. Somebody has to come to us and say, hey, listen, we have to buy our electric here, it just went up. So we need to do something. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why wasn't the Board of Aldermen aware?
Well,
but we're going to leave it in the past, but we need to move forward and bring that up. When rates go up for whatever reason, we as aldermen need to be informed so we can make an educated decision on what we're going to do next.
Actually, they were educated. There were, from what I can tell or whatever, they just made the conscious decision not to pass it on. It happens. I mean,
The last administration, when we found out that there was a money problem, we started looking at all that, and we're the ones that did all these studies to increase all this. It's just going to start now, but we did all that when we saw there was a problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's starting to work the processes, but it's not something we're gonna overcome right away. We're talking something that's been going on since, I'm talking years and years and years. Not 3 years, not 4 years, not 5 years. It's been going on for, obviously since 2009, and in some fronts, 2014. So with that said, this is where we're at with the hiring freeze, our buying freezes and stuff like that. Now, freeze is a temporary thing that you put in place and see, hey, let's see where we end up. Right now, we don't know where we're gonna end up. Because we have a new process in place. I have met with the comptroller. We're gonna start doing our transfers, and everything will be done every 3 months. No more waiting till the end of the year and doing transfers like has gone on forever. I don't do my home budget that way, and I don't think it's a good thing to do. So we've talked, and we're getting away from the old past for many, many years of doing one audit, one transfer at the end of the year. And so you really don't know, the panic is June 30th rolls around, you start doing them, you really don't know how you ended the year for weeks. And I don't like that. So the process is going to now happen quarterly, so we have a better picture of where we stand. Each supervisor has now been provided with what their budget is, and they're going to know. They'll be able to look, every time they spend something, they'll be able to look at that and say, this is what our budget is, and what's left over. So hopefully we can get a better grip of where our spending is, both on the manpower side and on the purchasing side.
I have a question. Who decided the minimum for each department?
We just come with to.
We looked at history, on what could be done, look back at history in years past, and what each department could man through the histories of over the time.
But they all used to have a lot more employees in each department, so.
Well, each department has provided on top of.
Were you consulted on the minimum number on each department? No?
That's where she did her job and went back and looked at our payroll sheets for the last 10 years, I think it was, and picked her numbers out of that. That's what we paid her to do.
But they used to have more employees in the past, so.
All right, so let me ask you a question, Joyce. If we're $2.1 million in the hole, and you're saying we need to hire more people, where will you write that check?
I'm not saying we need to hire more people. I'm saying you guys are cutting employees without asking the departments.
We have not cut a single employee.
I meant cutting the number without consulting the departments themselves.
They sat in the meeting with us, Joyce. You were in that meeting.
You told them they didn't get a chance to.
They had every opportunity to speak. We opened the floor to them numerous times.
And
what's your suggestion, Joyce? Since you have a problem, what is your suggestion? How do you suggest we fix the problem?
well, I don't have a suggestion except that we can't cut the number of people that we need to run the city. If we need to find another way to come up with money, which we are coming up with money. It's just gonna take it a little while, because we did all those studies, got everything ready to raise everything, okay? So it's going to happen, the money's coming back, but.
So what did I say? This is a temporary freeze for 6 months. If you have a better option, I would love to hear it.
So the minimum is a temporary.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, it may go back into effect when the 6 months is up and we look at things, if we're no better off, it's gonna take a while for these rate increases and everything to come in. But I think you're missing a key point here. We have a fund balance policy in place that prevents us from doing what we're doing. That is by ordinance that was voted on by numerous previous administrations. It says that we can only use so much of our enterprise funds to shore up our government. That's nothing that I did, or nothing that you did, or you did. This was written a long time ago.
And those are restricted funds.
Those are restricted funds. There's a word that's been going around called reserve funds. They're not reserve funds. They're called restricted funds. And will we be able to abide by that policy? Right now, looking at it, there is no way. We are gonna have to use our enterprise funds to shore up our other accounts. No doubt about it.
When did that start?
2019.
2019.
No, she's talking about the fund. When does the freeze start?
No.
When did that policy go into effect?
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was passed in 2019, I have to get the correct date, but, to be sure, but I believe it's 2019. Might as well,
We can look through here, we can probably find a whole lot of stuff in here that is luxury for the city of Cuba, that we could cut out.
Absolutely, bring me a list.
I'll give you some right now. Public Works, those guys clean the public works. There's 4 girls at City Hall, we could cut out the cleaners. That'll save some money. Police department.
Let's put a lid, everybody's got your bills here. Take them home, look through them, because that's not on the agenda tonight. Take them home, mark the things down, get them to us, and let's discuss them. That's the things that we gotta do. We have gotta find the nickels and dimes add up. We are gonna have to find a way.
I mean, City Hall can get that dirty.
We are gonna have to find a way.
Everybody's gonna have to, if we're cutting, everybody's gonna have to
Absolutely.
put the gloves on and help out. Dave, you get a cleaner at the treatment plant? You got to clean it.
All right. Any more discussion? We're asking for approval to put a hiring freeze in place with those minimums that Jennifer just gave for a 6-month time frame.
I make a motion that we vote to approve the hiring freeze for a 6-month, and to be reviewed every 6 months. That is my motion.
Have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second? Second from Ray. Roll call vote.
Yes.
No.
President,
Yes.
Canary,
Yes.
Mortimer,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Priscilla.
No.
Motion passes. All right, number 9, fiscal year 25 audit status.
So I did ask the auditor for an update on, where he stood on the audit. His words were there's nothing specific to say except that we're working towards completing the audit as soon as possible. His worker Alex is working on the governmental side with his other employee Nate. He'll be meeting with him later today, this was Monday, July 6th, to see where he is, so they'll have a better idea of where they are. I will keep up to date on that, periodically, but I hope that they'll have something by, the more concrete by the end of next week. We'll just keep on them, as the mayor just stated, they have some, technical issues, and we'll stay on them, but there's a fine line as how far I can push them where it becomes non-independent, so.
Basically, the bottom line is they have not given us a date of estimated
They
completion.
have not given us a new deadline, but they are working on it, to diligently, and I will stay with them, but I can't force
Right.
too much because it becomes non-independent.
Thank you.
Do you have any idea, Mayor?
I'm sorry.
Do you have any idea when it's going to finish?
I know they have everything they need, so.
It's up to them, huh? Did you give them a deadline?
Can't give them a deadline because
Did you give them a deadline?
they told me the date that they thought they would be done.
All right.
All right. Street Department, Al, you're up.
I guess the first one there is just the capital improvement funds. We've been getting behind, like everything else, on our streets. We have them on a time limitation to be overlaid, or don't see what we do to them. I asked this year for more, and Jennifer said we could get some. I've got some out of my regular tax fund. I'm asking for more out of capital improvement to do a little bit of catch up, and talking to Jennifer, everything was okay, but that's up to the council to approve the addition of the capital improvement. I got it, everybody's got a sheet up there for the addition of the capital improvement side of it.
You know how much we need, Alan?
Yeah. I don't know, I can't say, 'cause it's still gotta be a bid job.
It's his estimates.
I mean, I gave you a sheet there, Jeff, I didn't explain it to you, but I do have one there.
Were these amounts in
I got one somewhere I saw.
Were these, oops, sorry.
Well, being that we don't have,
Part of his.
being that we don't have estimates yet, isn't that kind of jumping the pond to get capital improvements? Because I figured if we get and vote on, approve on a bid, then at that time, if we need more, we can vote on that time. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
Well, you're approving the use of capital improvement funding up to the 147.5.
Oh, okay, so we can go ahead and approve.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what he needs up to that amount on that sheet of paper. What's in the budget is up to 147.5.
Okay.
He's got 147.5 in the budget.
Yeah, right.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and do this.
I'll second.
That's what the fund is for.
And these, the streets that I do have for capital improvement, if I decide to do this, which that's up to you, I picked some of them that's been untouched for years, and they've all along 66. Try to do something like that for our anniversary, to make that improvement too, as well. Okay. First, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
And now, do we have to approve him going out for a bid for the other part?
It'd be for both.
Yeah, that's gonna be, it'd be a bid for all of them now.
Not for all of it, okay.
You gotta pay for it.
So, yeah, advertise street repair. So that's going out. When you need advertise for street repair, that means going out for bids.
Because the next one is advertising, so.
Now, we have to vote on this one because that was not mentioned in person, so we have to do, advertise street repair discussion approval. So basically, you wanna go out and advertise for what we just talked about. So we need a motion for
I'll
that.
make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you, Alan.
Okay. Money I'll get with you tomorrow as to how we need to get that advertising. Thank you.
Natural gas department, Joel?
I want to give you an update first on our department before we get into this. We just got, last week, we got fully certified, operator qualified. We're good moving forward in the future to be completely compliant with PSC and the state so that we can do everything without any reservations and not have to, we've been relying on St. James and called in to do all this stuff. Purely just that we weren't, when audits come, we don't get fined or nothing. But on that page, on the audit, that's what this is. Yeah, it's on there's a mapping system, but it's probably colorful on your guys'. But the very first one, what it is, more than mapping, is it takes all of my files and my information. As of right now, I'm printing them off, filling them out, scanning them in, and logging them back on to a SharePoint that we have. But this you can do it all from the field on the phone, and it mitigates a lot of like desk paperwork. Like the other day, I had to fill out 115 separate pieces of paper for valve operation. In this app, I can go out, click on it, click edit, and it does all my compliance, everything for the auditors, and then it just sends them a file that comes audit time. So the money spent on this will really be made a backup for audit will come, when they come.
Is this on the budget?
Yeah, it's in the budget.
So is this piece of paper you gave us is 192 GIS, and that is through USDI, correct?
Yes, sir, yeah.
And that, are you logging onto their server then? Are
Yeah,
they the
so-
ones that storing it? So they, meaning USDI, has a major crash, and they lose all their files, we are relieved of the liability also.
Yeah, it's on SharePoint, which is a Google Doc that they have that, everybody's GIS will be updated to that. So it saves so much. And every little tiny thing I have to do, I have to go to the office and fill out paperwork for them this year. Just one click of a button, it does the paperwork, files it, and they send it all out here. So they don't have to come and go through files and files of paper that I have.
And how much is it?
It's 66 to start. It's 44 a year with 2,000 for the guy to come down and set it all up for the whole system.
So 64 to start, and then it'd be 440 a year, and that's in the budget? That's in the budget. I'll make the motion.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Colin.
Thank
I want to thank you for what you're doing for the natural gas department. Absolutely. You're well ahead of schedule, having everybody certified. You.
I'll second that as well. He's doing a tremendous job jumping in head first.
And congratulations to all of you.
Great job.
Yeah, we've been working our butts off for it, so it's nice to have that for sure.
And the help you guys are giving Jerry and them, just so them.
Yeah, that we're getting, been able to, so.
And the whole public works as a group has really come together. Everybody's helping each other, and everybody's good teamwork. Everybody's helping everybody, so it's going really, really well. And the natural gas department is heading the right direction. And
This is a step forward that we need to do.
yes, yeah. Thank you, Golden.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Pickleball court monument sign bids, discussion approval. You got to see the bid. This one's from the Cuba Marble Granite. I think they're the only people that submitted a bid. The other people had already had bids out, but they were requested to send in a bid just like everybody else. And we did not receive them in time. We received one late, and we notified them that it was not approved to be part of the bid. There's something. We'll pass this around. What did we put in that? Do you have a? I reckon this would qualify as an artist as an
We
addition.
did ask for a
I really don't know what's made of it.
Not look extra too. Oh, okay, so I think.
let me just go back to the original bids.
Okay, so we have two different.
Hey, Lane, can you make copies of this while we're right here? That way it takes so long for us to look through and just a couple of copies.
looks like to me, according to this, that the plain Jane sign with just a concrete pedestal is more expensive than a fancy rock one.
Well,
According to this, I mean, I understand it.
I don't think this bid meets the requirement. The requirement was sign dimensions to be 48 inches tall by 48 inches wide by 8 inches thick. Sign must be set and secured on existing concrete. Bidder may give up to 2 design options and must include a visual of the sign. Each design must have a final price stated, warranty and maintenance requirements, and include a clear statement of understanding if there are any installation restrictions for the site. Bidder must provide proof of insurance along with an estimated completion date for sign install. And we don't have.
What was the dimension supposed to be?
48 by 48 by 8 inches thick.
And they did 36 by.
I did 36 by 24 and 36 by 48.
And they were getting, that was posted as a requirement.
It might be 8 inches thick, they just didn't put that on there.
Right.
Well, it wouldn't matter, they're not 48 by 48.
Oh, I think you said 36.
And then they were supposed to have, final prices stated. And any maintenance, it looks like here, concrete pedestal with bed for stone to sit in. I don't know what that means, because it said it had to be attached to existing concrete. I will let the lawyer take a look at these. Counsel? I'll have to see the original. Yeah.
So why did anybody else not bid?
I'm sorry.
How come you didn't get bids from the other?
One of them submitted their bid and it got here late. A half a day late.
I make a motion that we rebid it and we make sure that they get the.
Yeah.
We can't accept this because it's not what we've asked for.
Okay, if we don't have any, then.
No, we'll have to go back out for bid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to.
I agree with Jeff.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with it, but it's not.
Okay, so we'll not accept the bid and we'll go back out for bid.
And make sure they get a copy of the
I'm second.
requirement.
I mean, Jeff made a motion, you're second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Are you gonna put it back in the paper, or are you gonna go according to bidding policy?
We can go according to bidding policy where we contact all 3 of them and see if they just want to redo their bids. We don't have to go back in. We never have to actually go to paper, but
There's only 3.
yeah, so we're just going to contact them and have them rebid.
Yeah. Make sure they get copies of.
Yeah, this was provided to,
requirements.
this was provided to all of them.
If they can pick it up.
Well, we can't force them to bid it.
Well, maybe they didn't know.
This time it was in the paper and it was, also posted as email and social media.
All right, next one, number 13, proposal law enforcement tax on November 3rd, 2026 ballot. You're up.
Okay, so since our last meeting, a lot of us aldermen here, we came to a tie vote, came to a mayor tie break, and I've talked with some aldermen about this, and I know we could have just voted the way we did and moved on, but this was one of the hardest decisions I personally had to make, and I didn't like the decision I had to make, but according to the comptroller, money is money, we just didn't have it. I could have left it at that, but I kept going, so I did some research. Cascade County, I don't remember exactly what it was, in Cascade law enforcement sales tax, and I don't know how much. But in Cascade County, shared between the Sheriff's Department, Herman, I think Rosebud, Owensville, and Bland. November of 2025, Steelville passed a law enforcement tax, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is where we're at now in society as a whole, that, you know, law enforcement is not a revenue generator, never has been, it's not expected to be. Maybe this is where we're at with the technology of law enforcement now, where, you know, when I was a police officer, tasers were just coming out. Batons are not even used anymore. So we're moving in a direction. Vests that they're wearing now, they didn't exist. Tack vests. I wore an old flak vest in the military. So I'm thinking, yeah, there's quite a bit of difference in law enforcement since then. It's probably cost more to run a police department. And being that the alderman here, and I've heard on the street, both sides, we've got too many officers. Yeah, but we need public safety. So I'm hearing from both sides. It's not like it's all one side or the other. So seeing that other places around us, Gaston County, Crawford County, have proposed sales tax, they have passed. They have passed. Maybe it's time for Cuba to do something like this. So I looked into an 8-cent sales tax increase and thought that's not enough. That won't even buy a new car. So I proposed, I think with our voters here in the city of Cuba, a half-cent sales tax may be a little much this time. So I'd like to propose that we impose a law enforcement sales tax on the November ballot at a quarter cent. Because I talked to the comptroller, and what would we say a quarter cent would be approximately?
Quarter cent, it's about 220,000
About 220, and that's per year, correct?
per year.
Per year. It's better than nothing. I have a feeling it will pass.
I'm just saying, we should let the taxpayers make the decision.
And you let the taxpayers make the decision. They made the decision in Steelville. The citizens of Gaston County made their decision in Gaston County.
How much did they get, do you know?
I did not look into that. All I looked at was, did they have one? Yes or no? And did it pass? Yes or no? And those two did. And they're close to home.
I'll make the motion, we do it.
I'll second.
Okay, discussion?
You sure a quarter's enough?
It's a good place to start. I don't want to go after the taxpayers for too much. They might say half cent is too much now. We do a quarter and we get it approved, we look at the budget, we could always up it another quarter if we have to. I don't think an 8 is gonna
The thing is, every time you try to up, you have to go back to the point.
Right?
But you want
It
it,
is costing the city, I'm writing it down because it's going to be a major election, midterms. But it's going to cost the city to actually do the election.
Maybe a half cent, that would be too much.
You think a half cent would be better than a quarter? I mean, we're in discussion. I think it would be a little much at this time, but a quarter.
I don't disagree with you. I don't like new taxes.
Me neither.
But like you said, we're at a point in order to fund our police department and to do what we need to do.
I don't know if we got time.
People decide.
We Google it on steel bills.
Still go past the 1 cent, whole cent.
Oh, it's a whole cent, and that was.
I think we should try to raise them.
try to afford. So we have a motion right now, we have the first and
Can
second.
I amend my motion? Can the motion be amended, or we have to vote and disapprove it?
Well, you have to withdraw your.
I withdraw.
Withdraw the motion.
We're still talking.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I think, based on, he said a whole sentence, maybe we need to go up to a half cent here.
You know, 5 voters and still
That's it.
I don't have a big turnout.
What do you
But
think, Jeff? Half cent?
okay, I'll make a motion that we put it on there for a half cent.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, any discussion? Okay, roll call?
Hartzell.
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Renee.
Yes.
Rosen.
Yes.
Betts.
Yes.
You'll need to know whether or not it's gonna sunset or it's gonna, be lifelong.
That's your next part, is you need to know, we have to work on the expiration date, and then we'll have to put that on the agenda for an ordinance to be passed.
Do we need to discuss now if it's gonna
You
be,
need to discuss the time frame
when is
for
it
this,
wrong?
what you're proposing. It's up to you, to be
The
5,
way we've
10.
normally done is, we did our,
10.
part tax was 10.
Wasn't our
Normally
tax
about-
10?
Yeah, part tax is 10.
So,
Well, yeah, but
but we might wanna do the other half.
No, it's true. You wanna make it 5?
I was thinking 5.
We go for 5 years.
5 years?
5 years, and it'll also give us time to bring, 5 years, and it'll also give us, to bring up our utilities and things like we talked, to bring our budget back into better shape as well.
Motion we made for 5, I'll second it for 5.
So you're making the motion for 5
Yes.
years?
And we have a second. Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Bass?
Yes.
Whitman?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Rizzo?
Yes.
So that's a half cent for 5 years?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. 16, police chief report.
No.
No, I'm sorry,
You're taking off-
10 and 14.
You're taking 14 off.
14 was tabled. City Hall to build the tuck point. Marvin is going to try to do that in-house, so we're going to give it a shot. Number 15, auction surplus items, discussion and approval. Mike, you're up.
Auction items
There.
Oh, you got it? Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
Give them
that.
another, it'll be.
That's what that piece of
Yeah,
it
well,
was.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, okay, that's what that piece of paper was.
Take a look at this list. We have 16 items that we've talked with the all the departments, double, triple checked with everyone. We have not used these items in several years, 10, 15, 20 years, some of them 20 years. So if you want to go through there, I mean, if you want to go item by item and discuss them, if it's something like that, or do you just want to take a look and see what you think of the list? If you have any questions on any of the items, please ask.
So we're gonna have a reserve on these bids, correct?
Well,
Oh, we're gonna have that, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
jumped the gun. My bad.
If you look at that list, I will go through a few things that we have talked about, a few options as far as auctioning these items off. First one will be a live auction. I spoke with Joe Kaysen, and he said that he would come on a Saturday morning, we could say, and bring everything out from Public Works in the parking lot, have a live auction right there in the parking lot, and advertise it for, you say, 2 weeks in the paper, get it out, get as many people as we can exposed on Facebook and on the website as well, and have a live auction at Public Works. So that would be, and there would be no fee for that. Joe would volunteer his time to run an auction for us.
Most of that, we do pretty good on sealed bids.
And I know that how we did it previously, is sealed bids, put it in the newspaper for a couple of weeks and then we got the
For
sealed.
one or two items.
Yeah,
We got 16 here.
yeah. So that is like we've done in the past, I wasn't involved in any of the past surplus items that we had in the paper. I've never been through that process, so I don't know much about that.
Let's see what we can do with Joe and whatever doesn't sell.
Well, he has
I
more options.
I just want to discuss each one. So that's a live auction option with Joe Kaysen. The next one will be Purple Wave. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a website. They put items on. They will put it on the website for you, take pictures. They'll come out and take the pictures, get all the titles, everything that they need to in the description. They'll put all that on the website for you. It will be listed for 4 weeks on the website, and after 4 weeks, the highest bid gets the item.
So you couldn't put a reserve price on it, right?
Yeah, in Purple Wave, you cannot put reserves on items on Purple Wave.
And do they charge a commission for each sale?
They do not, so they charge an extra 10% to the buyer. So for example, if an item sells for $300, they charge them 10%, it's $330. That's how they make their commission, so.
And you said other cities were using this?
Purple Wave is very popular with surrounding towns. Rolla has done several, Sullivan. I reached out to Proper Electric as well, and they said they have used it multiple times and have had good success with it, so. Let's see. They asked for up to 2 weeks for payments, and they will invoice it and send it to us with proof of who will be coming to pick up the item. We will get the wholesale price after it's sold. So that is the Purple Wave. That is how that one operates. So it'll be on for 4 weeks online, and after 4 weeks, the highest bidder gets it. Gov Deals is also another option. I was not able to get a whole lot of information on Gov Deals. You have to sign up as a member, and it takes 24 hours for that to process, and we did not get much information on it. I do have a little bit. We will do all the work. We'll have to put it online, pictures and descriptions. They do sell it for you. At the end of the auction, they will invoice, collect money, and then they send money to your bank account. So I don't know exactly how all that would transpire, and they do allow reserves on Gov Deals. So that's the difference between Purple Wave and Gov Deals. Gov Deals does allow reserves on items, and Purple Wave does not.
Anybody else around here using Gov Deals then as well?
I did not ask anybody around for Gov Deals.
Ron and Sullivan both use them.
Gov Deals. Okay. And I think you had some information on Gov Deals. Have you dealt with Gov Deals?
I've dealt with Gov Deals. They do a pretty good job of describing your stuff. I bought from them when I used to have my RV business, their surplus stuff, and they do a pretty good job. I've used Purple Wave too. Both of them have tremendous following, so you know you're going to have, you literally have hundreds of thousands of people looking at your item.
Yeah, I'm familiar with both Purple Wave through the Independence District, and I don't like the fact that they won't allow minimum bid, reserve bid.
Gov Deals does, and Gov Deals does not charge you a seller fee either, right? It's all paid by the buyer.
Right.
And when we put it in the paper, we have the right to reject the bid.
We can set reserves on a live bid. We can always set reserves on an item. And so you have 3 choices.
I'm making a motion to just put it in the paper for 2 weeks.
I second. Now, maybe we should do a caveat to that, and that weather plays big into the live auctions. So if it's a bad day, are we going to cancel the auction, or what are we going to do there?
No, I don't think that's what
He's talking about putting.
My motion is to just put it in the paper.
Yeah.
Well, we have a motion to set, it needs discussion.
Right.
Yeah. His motion was to put it in the paper for 2 weeks and take sealed bids, correct?
I second.
And we will have to have reserves on the price.
Reserves, and then we'll have to make a decision probably for weather, because, if we have bad weather and we only have 3 people show up, it's not gonna be a good day for us.
It's not a live auction. It's an auction. This ain't gonna be a live auction.
Put it in the paper and they turn in a bid here.
Well, you want to just seal bid for all 16 items?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's.
Whatever's left, you maybe have a yard sale.
Well, my thought was, since we're in discussion, my thought was, I like Purple Wave. I don't like the fact that they don't have a reserve bid. If anything that we have as a reserve, like item number 1, we do a sealed bid on that one, but we can pick and choose what we want to put on that. What was it called? What was it again? Purple Wave or either one. Ones that don't have a reserve on it. Things that may cost more money that we might want to have a little more control over, something more of a profit out of.
Well, we have a first and a second already, so we got.
And this would go online too, of course, right? Because we always put it in the paper and online.
Oh.
Because what if you sell one at both places?
No, she's saying
Yeah, she's
you're
saying
advertising in the newspaper and online that it's a sealed bid.
Oh, it's a sealed bid. Okay.
Yeah, because online would get to more people. But we do that when we advertise usually.
We can put it on the website.
On Facebook. There we go, our own website.
Yeah.
You get them there anyway.
So they have to hand walk the bid to City Hall, is that right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm a millennial, I like to click online and make it easy, I'm just saying, like,
Is
if I
it-
get more people in
Why
there.
don't you grab some of the other people?
As I say, is that acceptable now to have, you know, they say a sealed bid, but can sealed bid be emailed?
No,
No?
technically, no.
Technically,
It's
no.
not sealed.
You guys have to open them right here, right?
Yeah, you're gonna sit here and open 16 bids.
No.
As in, like, they're gonna have envelopes for each thing.
Well, because I was thinking,
16
because,
16 items and there's 15.
However many
per,
bids,
you know,
yeah.
Every single one.
right, but there's no change in, you know, the sealed bid policy due to technology because of email now, legal wise, we still have to do it.
Somebody can
physically
send me a
read it.
bid, and I'm gonna have to see it.
Right,
And
okay.
then if somebody else is there and they see it, it's,
Jeff and I caused this discussion, so let's see what happens, and we can, since everybody discussed.
Okay. So we have first and second, we've had discussions.
And is the motion that it will be in the paper and online?
No,
No?
get rid of it, I'll withdraw, you withdraw, yes? Right.
And make
I-
it
I
online?
mean, to be in the paper and online?
Yeah?
What's your definition of online?
I don't know, you just want us to put the bid on our Facebook page and our
Facebook,
website,
website?
that's not a.
The items that are up for bid on the, yeah.
Yeah,
Listing of what items are up.
They still have to turn in a
That
silver.
happens in
Places still have
bids,
to be
yes.
up for sealed
Isn't
bid.
that what you normally do? when you order?
Right, we're just advertising, but two different formats, a physical paper and online.
Yes.
So that's basically all this, yeah.
I
Okay, so,
withdraw my second.
okay, so I make a motion that we put it in the paper, advertise it in the paper, that we're taking sealed bids, and on our website that we're taking sealed bids.
I'll second.
That's what you wanted, correct?
Are we gonna vote on it?
Get it right.
Yeah, I'm good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I think we should go online. More eyeballs online on Purple Wave,
So let me ask, when do you want these sealed bids by? When do you want them due by?
When can they go in the paper?
2 weeks?
I mean, I can tell you, I want to try very hard right now to help me get 16 bids to a paper. They have to be in
16
there,
ads.
I have to have them in there by Friday morning.
Yeah, we have to take pictures and description and everything.
Yeah, to do that, I'll have to have better, if we're doing it ourselves, I have to have better stuff. I don't know if we can do 16 of them by
You
Friday
want to
morning.
have with the list, right?
We don't want no
So
pictures.
I don't know, I don't bid on stuff like this, so I'm asking genuinely, are these descriptions good enough to bid on items, to bring me a sealed bid?
I mean, if I'm bidding on something, I'd like to see a picture of it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put an ad in with
That's
a
just me.
picture, and each one's gonna have to be their own ad.
And I'm going to tell you, an ad with a picture and stuff is going to be
And if we,
pretty expensive.
if we just do the list and give them the option to come to Public Works to look at it, but we'll have to have somebody man in Public Works, I guess.
We can try to do that, one ad,
Manpower.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, we've done this before, when we had a large number of items. We actually, when the old city mechanic shed was up here at this end of town, we just put a list in the paper saying we're accepting sealed bids for these items. Items are available for public viewing by contacting Public Works, and by appointment, you would go up there, and that's how they did it in the past.
Yeah.
and I'm good with that, so you guys are approving for me to submit just the listing of the items and then come to
Yes.
the shop?
Yeah.
That would get the paper on my
Contact Public Works.
No pictures.
Yeah, they have to come and see it themselves if they would bid on it. Or they can bid on it, or if they wouldn't see it, they have to go.
Yeah, that I can do.
But if we don't, if we don't sell anything, then, so we don't get any bids, then we go with option B. At the time. So,
Reserves and everything.
I think that's a good idea we need to look into as well, is if we do this and we don't get bids on, say, 5 of these items, before it expires, then we need to explore Purple Wave or Delvex or others.
Yes.
Correct. Hang it up, man.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Mike.
I didn't have anything for nuisance reports. One of the animal care attendants, looks like Anston Hyatt, has turned in a resignation. I gave Lainey a copy, and should have, I think everybody's got a copy of
I
that.
did not, I just made one for my.
Oh, okay, okay. So I guess just need to accept her resignation.
Her last day will be 7/26.
Motion to accept the resignation.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Chief Sheldon would like to also post that position, advertise for an animal care attendant to fill that upcoming vacancy.
And that stays within the minimum plan.
I'll make a motion.
Correct? Yep.
When's the last day?
July 26th.
July 26th.
So, but we can't post until it's vacant, right?
We can't hire until it's vacant, but we can
Post,
post.
and that way it'll work out good, because if they have to give 2 weeks' notice for
Yeah.
the job, it'll work out pretty good. So,
Motion to,
Do I have a
Post
motion
the
for a
position.
second?
You want a second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The only other thing Chief had was the animal care attendant, Sarah Butler. He would like to promote her to the supervisor of animal control / animal shelter, and increase her pay from, I don't know what she's at right now, move it to $18 an hour for the supervisors.
motion to do that.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Is it,
Discussion, sorry.
is it budgeted for that?
No, but, I mean, I don't have better to answer that. No, it was not predetermined to move Sarah to that position.
Was this looked at possibly when she was hired, or?
Our
Joseph
supervisor retired, and she was a contract, so so they took one position away,
Right,
and they were just gonna give her the supervisor job and raise her up to
that's right, I remember that now.
18, instead of having another employee there.
It has been discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
For the first and second.
Yeah, we're in discussion.
Anybody else?
Because they did have 2 helpers and the supervisor, so they're down to just 2 helpers. And they're gonna make one of the helpers the supervisor.
I remember that.
So full-time or part-time?
Part-time.
Part-time. Yeah.
Under 1,500 hours, correct?
Under 1,500 hours for the
Okay,
calendar year.
We got a first and second, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
That's all Chief sent me with.
Always sent you with.
Okay.
All right.
I do have one question. If we go backtrack, 16A nuisance report. When I was looking at the nuisance report, I'm thinking like derelict houses, tall grass, is that correct? Is that part of the police department now, or is that public works supervisor?
It's a nuisance.
Currently, nuisance complaints run to the police department. It's bounced back and forth over the years.
Oh, we're talking about nuisance complaints from the public, not the
Yeah.
actual nuisances and stuff.
Right, correct.
Oh,
The
okay.
code enforcement, I think, falls under my instance. Okay, now moving on our ordinances. Motion to have the first reading of bill number 2227.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city to enter into an agreement with Williams Robinson Wiggins PC for legal services.
Motion to approve the first reading of bill number 2227.
Motion.
Second. Roll call.
Hurtsell,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Mortimer,
Yes.
Renieri,
Yes.
Grossman,
Yes.
Gotts.
Yes.
Motion to have the second reading of bill number 2227.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into an agreement with Williams Robinson Wiggins PC for legal services.
Motion to approve the second reading of bill number 2227.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Gotts.
Yes.
Grossman.
Yes.
Renieri,
Yes.
Mortimer,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Hurtsell.
Yes.
Motion to have the first reading of bill number 222, oh, sorry. What did I miss? Oh, sorry. Bill number 2227 becomes special ordinance 968 on the 7th day of July 2026. I thought I had it all figured out, but I didn't. All right. Motion to have the first reading of bill number 2228.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance authorizing, excuse me, the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city to execute a contract with the Cuba Public Schools for providing a school resource officer.
Motion to approve the first reading of bill number 2228.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Hurtsell,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Mortimer,
Yes.
Renieri,
Yes.
Grossman.
Yes.
Gotts.
Yes.
Motion to have the second reading of bill number 2228.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city to execute a contract with the Cuba Public Schools for providing a school resource officer.
Motion.
Motion to approve the second reading of bill number 2228.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Gotts.
Yes.
Grossman.
Yes.
Renieri,
Yes.
Mortimer,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Hurtsell.
Yes.
Bill number 2228 becomes special ordinance 969 on the 7th day of July 2026.
Can I ask a question about this last one? I can't remember, why did you say that the CPA is going to do this for free?
I'm sorry?
Why is she going to do this for free?
She is.
Because this is her hometown and she cares.
She what?
This is her hometown and she cares.
Most CPAs, especially with the bigger firms, they do pro bono work, and that makes a difference to their organizations.
Is she affiliated with any businesses in town?
Other than she does some, probably has some clients here because this is where she grew up. She's strictly working on the municipal side with the municipal auditor.
She graduated Cuba school, grew up here. She cares about the community, Joyce.
Well, I just wondered if she was affiliated with any banks in town.
No.
Okay.
Anything else? Motion to have the first reading of bill number 2229.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city to enter into an agreement with Bush Matthews and Associates CPA for consulting services.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Roll call.
Hurtsell,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Mortimer,
Yes.
Renieri,
Yes.
Grossman.
Yes.
Gotts.
Yes.
Motion to have the second reading of bill number 2229.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city to enter into an agreement with Bush Matthews and Associates CPA for consulting services.
Motion to approve the second reading of bill number 2229.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Bass.
Yes.
Roseman.
Yes.
Renieri.
Yes.
Mortimer.
Yes.
Crocker.
Yes.
Hartzell.
Yes.
Bill number 2229 becomes special ordinance 970 on this 7th day of July 2026. All right, old business, Joyce?
Well, I had a woman call me about complaints about finding drug paraphernalia out at the park, at Good Park, when actually people called her and wanted her to come to the meeting, but she lives out of the city limits, so she brought it to me, and I talked to Doug about it, and he said if they would call the police, they would come and get it and try to find out where it came from. And I will let her know that, but she asked me to bring it to the board, and I am.
Okay. Russ?
Just as on what she said, is the fact that the proper chain would be called the police.
Correct.
Right away, if you see it going on, that's for sure.
That's correct.
Ray? Old unfinished business?
I had a complaint. We have somebody in our yard up here at the museum and they're flying, sleeping all night in the grass.
When did you receive the complaint?
He was there, time-wise, the complaint was Thursday or Friday.
I think over the weekend, one of our officers
I'm
removed
sorry.
somebody. Over the weekend, one of our officers removed somebody from over
Okay.
there.
It was up, that's all I had a complaint. He had someone sleeping in the grass by the monument or something.
Yeah, there's a,
That's
for some
all.
reason that part of town seems to draw people that
I think he
have
had
no
a
place to
dog.
go. So
He
we-
said he had a dog too, Ben.
Yeah, that was the guy who was kicked out, I'm sure.
That's all I had there. That's all I had.
Luke?
Now, when I covered 9113, I think it was.
Nothing for me.
Jim?
Well, I got just something I want to say. I was informed that one of our former employees was asked or whatever to bring his boots back. And in my 25 years being involved with the city, never have we ever asked an employee when they leave here to bring back their boots, coats, caps, whatever. That was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Do you know the story?
And then I heard you ask another employee if he would wear them.
Well, yeah.
You don't ask somebody to wear used boots.
Maybe you don't. I do, when the guy's wearing his own personal boots until we get him a set of boots and he was knee deep in the mud. The past employee, when he left, said, hey, I just got these boots. If he wants them, I'll give them to him. So I said, okay, fine. Then when I seen the boots that Colton had on, after he worked in a job, I called Isaiah and said, yeah, Isaiah, if you still have those boots, I'll take them. He goes, I still have them, I won't wear them. So he brought them to me. That's the story. I wish you'd called me first and you would have known the story. Colton was wearing his own boots and he was knee deep in the mud.
Goes up here to Hayes and gets there.
Okay.
That's what Hayes is there for.
He's got 6 months probation. I cannot buy him boots and all the stuff that goes with it until he gets out of his 6 months probation.
Never heard of that either.
You don't? What if he?
Well.
Okay, well, I made that decision, so he didn't take the boots. I have them. Would you like them?
No,
Go back to Isaiah.
I was wondering why they weren't on the surplus.
Well, they will be if you want them. I don't understand why you wouldn't just call me and ask me a question. Why would you bring it up here instead of just calling me and asking me that question?
But I didn't want to.
Obviously. Okay. All right, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?